Hey,
Hi,
everybody. We just got out of, this has been out for a while.
Yeah.
And I had already seen it once, but we just saw Avengers. Ashley hadn't seen it.
Nope.
So this is Avengers Infinity War. So
Yes.
what did you think, Ashley, of Avengers Infinity
It
War?
was so amazing.
Yeah.
It was so amazing. And I'm sorry the phone is, we're recording with the phone, so it's kind of wonky right now. But it was amazing.
Yeah. Because I talked about it a little bit on one of the Disney by Moonlight episodes right after I had seen it, because I saw it when it came out. I have no complaints about this movie. I loved every second of it. I know there were some things people had minor little
I have
issues.
no complaints. The only complaints I have are that you killed all of my...
Go ahead and say it. And spoiler zone, because it's been out forever already.
They killed all of my guardians.
They killed Rocket's alive.
You know...
Is he the only one? He's the only one who's still alive.
They killed all of my guardians.
But we know that there's another Guardians movie coming out, and I mean, some of these characters already have like sequels.
Oh, and
coming,
I was just as upset when they killed Spider-Man, because the way
that's
that they...
like the saddest part.
Oh my God.
Universally, everyone
I don't know
agrees
if you guys
that's
can
the saddest
tell,
part.
but I was bawling and laughing, sorry, through this whole movie, and I'm still crying a little bit.
Yeah, I was even crying. I've seen
still
it already,
can.
and I know that they're coming back. Not everybody, probably, but I believe that everybody who turned to dust, turned to ashes, will be brought back. They're gonna have to get like the
time
stones
thing
away, the time stone or the reality stone or something.
Okay, so here's a
But
question.
I don't know.
I don't understand why Doctor Strange hadn't used the time thing before.
Here's the thing
Did
about
he not
everything he did.
He didn't have the power to wield it to turn back time?
The thing is, he sat there and he viewed every possible ending. So everything that happened with him, he knew that it had to happen that way.
I forgot about that. So basically,
because I was watching, I'm like, why is he putting up a fight if he's gonna end up just giving it to him? And then I was like, oh yeah, he knows how it's coming out.
He knew that half the population had to die for the other half to survive.
He knew. No, it's not that. It's that. Well, kind of. He knew. He knows. He said we're in the end game now. He knows how they win. And in order for them to win, everything we saw has to happen that way.
Otherwise, the whole Earth would have been destroyed, or the whole universe.
No, that's all that Thanos wanted to do. He just wanted to kill half the universe. That's what Thanos was going to do.
I know.
But it's in regards to him stopping him from doing that. He knows the only way they could stop him is probably to reverse it later. You know what I mean?
Right.
In other words, it had to happen, and somehow they're going to have to reverse it.
Yeah.
But like every little thing that they try, he knows there was only one way that it's going to come out the way it needs to come out. But I don't know how they're going to get Loki back.
I guess I'm so emotional right now.
If they ever will.
I'm so emotional right now that I'm not really processing this. But like, so you're telling me that was the best scenario that could possibly happen?
I'm saying he said there was only one scenario where they win in the end. It's not like, so yeah, it's the best. It's also the only one where they don't lose.
Okay.
And he said the end game. In other words, there's kind of a 2-part movie. There's going to be another movie.
I know.
And so he's talking, when he says we're in the end game now, he's talking about that next movie, you know? And
well, when he said, when he sacrificed Tony for this, when he sacrificed the stone for Tony, and Tony was like, why did you do that? And he was like, because we're in the end game. To me, that was like, it didn't really matter anymore, because they already had all of these stones, and he was gonna be that powerful anyway. So we might as well keep you to help us keep fighting.
No, I think it was 100% just because he knows how it ends.
Oh, okay.
And there's only one route to that, and that involved him trading the stone for Tony, and maybe the only reason is because Tony's the one. Maybe Tony sacrifices himself in the very end.
I think Tony's gonna be end up being a serious part of this because he was the last one. They really took their time with that scene, and he was like the last one, along with Karen Gillan.
Yeah. Yeah, they were the only two left in that group. Wow.
My head hurts because I cried so much.
Yeah, and it's super late. But,
and there are a lot of like shock moments. Like I caught myself being like, "No, don't kill him! No, don't kill him! No, don't kill him!" Like it was just awful. And like we said, that one scene with Spider-Man where he's just like, "I don't want to." Oh
it's
my
like
god!
Everybody says, "Yeah, that's like the worst part."
He's like, "I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Please,
heart-wrenching part.
Please, Mister, I'm crying
Mr. Stark.
Oh, it's so sad."
Yeah. But there were people who died before, like Gamora, and like Loki, and all the Asgardians.
Loki, that was like the first one, and that was so
all
sad.
Those deaths might be permanent deaths because they're not part of that big finger snap death.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught that they mentioned that one planet also was basically, he went there and I guess he destroyed the whole planet, or maybe just half. The planet from the first Guardians, the planet they were fighting to save, that the Glenn Close was running.
The purpley one.
Yeah, with what's his name, Wreck-It Ralph, and his family and everything. They destroyed it's a little. I loved this movie. If there was anything I would say is a little annoying.
It was a little strategic.
No, I'm just gonna say it's a little annoying that, in one movie they go through a bunch of trouble. It's like the Ewok Adventure versus versus Battle for Endor. It's like they spend the whole first movie saving the parents, and then they kill them in the first few minutes of the second movie, right? And it's kind of like with the Thor, for example.
That's life.
The whole plot of like Thor was like, let's save all the people and get him off the planet, and then like in the first few seconds of this movie, they just all were decimated.
Yeah,
and it's
I get
like
that.
That's a little annoying, but otherwise, I mean, it doesn't bother me. It's just like, what was the point of that last movie? It was a good time, but that's it.
Oh my god.
And this was a good time too, even though it had a lot of like horrible things happening.
Why are people walking by and scaring me? That was horrifying.
But so
I saw her like walking over here like way far away, and then she came around this way, and I was like,
that was creepy.
She looks creepy.
She was a little creepy.
AF.
Why is she going over there? They're closed.
And she has like this weird shopping bag.
Okay. Leave the lady alone. She's probably very nice. But anyway.
I'm like really jumpy right now.
What is it, like 3 a.m? It is creepy.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything specific you want to talk about? There's no point in talking about the plot because everybody knows.
They killed my Chris Pratt.
What'd you think about what he did? Because he kind of screwed everything up. They were going to get that glove off.
Okay, so I'm a little slightly upset that it seems like they kind of made Chris a little more dumb in this one.
Now, a lot of people think that. I don't. I think he's always been this dumb.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. And he was also just very angry about, Gamora. And you haven't seen him with all these smart people. And it's going to make him look dumber. He's surrounded by Iron Man and Doctor Strange.
That's true.
And all these people that are just really smart. And even Spider-Man, even though he's super naive, he's really smart too, You know
what? He has always been that dumb.
He is pretty dumb. And a lot of people have said, I don't think he would have been so stupid as to ruin the whole plan by getting angry at Thanos. But I do. I mean, I can see that. And then another thing some people have said
especially if we remember the scene from the second movie where he got,
with his dad.
When he found out his dad had killed his mom.
Yeah.
And he got so angry.
Same kind of
That was like leading up to this, actually.
Really?
That was justifying it, I think.
And some people, just thinking about other, the little tiny nitpicks other people have had. Because everybody loved this movie, but there's been, little nitpicks. the one that I hear a lot, or I was hearing a lot, was about the love interests. Like, okay, you had, well, even him and Gamora, and some people were like, where did that come from?
Wait, are you serious?
I know, and people who, like, are respected online reviewers were saying that, and I'm like, is this your first movie, Marvel movie, or what the heck? And some of them were saying it also about Scarlet Witch and Vision, but we did see that developing in the second.
I loved their story.
Civil War.
I loved their story. That was so sad. Yeah. I love that actor. He's in so many things.
You know, he was the villain in Han Solo. Yeah,
and he's been in so many things.
If you ask
since
me
I
to
was
name
a kid.
somebody, that's when I forget.
One of my most memorable films. One of the most memorable films that I know him from is A Beautiful Mind.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Yeah,
he's
really good in that.
Yeah, man, a fantastic movie. And when you compare this, and I know you haven't watched Justice League, but it really makes
I saw
Justice
the one
League
before.
sad.
I saw the group one before Justice League.
No, well, I mean, Justice League was a lot better than Batman v Superman.
Holy mackerel, that movie was awful.
I still can watch that and get enjoyment out of it because it's just, cool, some aspects of it. And it was our introduction to Wonder Woman.
That movie made my brain hurt because everything was like just crazy. And this one was also crazy, but they did it in an organized fashion, which was really, really nice.
Well, and what I was bringing up Justice League, which you haven't seen. Now, Justice League was directed, or I don't remember if he was the director from the very beginning or if they brought him in. But it's what's his name from Buffy? My brain not working again.
I know what you're talking about.
He directed the first Avengers movie and
Firefly and Serenity.
And Firefly. And I don't know what's wrong with my brain right now, but you know who I'm talking about.
W starts with a W.
Well, we all know who I'm
Oh
talking
my god!
about.
I don't even.
Cannot think of names today.
Wait,
but
no, it doesn't start with a W. I can't think.
Yeah, we're tired, but it's on the tip of my tongue. He at least fixed Justice League. Because he took over from somebody else that had already been working on it. So so it's a coherent movie for the most part, and it's actually, I think it's a decent movie, but it's also like a baby movie compared to this. You know what I mean? Yeah. The reason I can enjoy that Justice League movie is I grew up watching the Super Friends, which was not a great cartoon, but I was like 5 years old. And it felt like a Super Friends movie, What
I was gonna say about this movie is it got very this is probably the first time that I could look at a live action movie and say, this is a comic book. It was
the shots,
especially when Spider-Man would come in there too. I was getting this real comic booky vibe as far as when they would one of the fights that Spider-Man came into, and they were going from shot to shot on each character, and it was just oh, this is so cool. It's like a comic book.
I've gotten that before, though, in some of these Marvel ones. I think maybe it was Guardians, the second one.
Maybe.
I know that some of these I've gotten where there were shots of the characters.
Joss Whedon.
Where Joss Whedon, thank you. Yeah, it was W. Yeah, God, what happened?
That was killing me.
Got a set of Buffy on my shelf and a set of Angel, and I forgot.
I'm obsessed with Firefly.
Forgot his name, yeah, and Firefly. We've got all those DVDs and. Yeah, anyway, so he did fix up Justice League somewhat, but the Marvel stuff has just been so much better, and they've been building up to this for, what is it, the 10-year anniversary?
Yeah, so. I am just constantly amazed and proud at Robert Downey Jr.
Amazing, yeah.
He's just...
fantastic, yeah.
He brings me to tears with his tears, and oh my gosh, it's amazing.
And it's so cool to see them, interacting with Star-Lord and everybody.
Their interactions, everybody's so snarky but funny, and
Doctor Strange,
and they're all, it's just great.
Yeah,
very, very good cast.
You haven't seen the movie Black Panther yet?
No, but I really want to
see it now. Yeah,
I've got
it at home.
I really want to see it,
and it's so good. I think that might be the only one that you.
We should watch
missed.
that on Sunday.
Sure, let's watch it. I'm up for it
because tomorrow we have a special thing.
We we found out about.
It's been a really rough day.
Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah.
And I know that you were like a mega fan.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of gonna have an Anthony Bourdain night tomorrow.
We're gonna order some
watching
exotic
his show
food that we've never had before.
Yeah,
and,
try something new.
Yeah, and watch his show and just kind of reflect.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Tonight I'm tired, but
yeah.
But
I'm glad you finally saw. Are you glad you saw this on the big screen?
I totally am, and I had such a bad day that I wasn't that excited, but I kind of was like.
Yeah, and we almost didn't go.
Bailed, but
you were like,
I'm totally,
I can wait for it on television, and I'm like, God, this is not a television movie.
I'm totally
glad. It's a big
I
screen movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I finally got you out to see it.
I know.
I'm glad you liked it because I know I've taken you to some, and you didn't like Civil War very much. You didn't remember Civil War.
I liked that one. I thought.
No, you didn't. You didn't really like it very much.
Are you sure?
Yeah. You only liked it when Spider-Man came in. You only liked Spider-Man scenes.
Was it because everybody was fighting and angry at each other? Maybe that's why I didn't like it.
I think it was because of like whenever it would get political and even like all the beginning, and I don't know. You said only when Spider-Man came in did you like it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we'll watch Black Panther Sunday.
I don't remember.
But thumbs up.
Super, super good. Oh, I wanted to say congrats Alan Silvestri on the musical score because that was beautiful.
Yeah.
I really even loved there was this one part where Thanos was kind of I think it was Thanos. I think it was towards the beginning, and Thanos still had his little sidekick with him, which, by the way, the CGI on that caught me off guard at first, and I was, like, almost thrown out of the movie. I was like, kill me. His little sidekick guy.
Oh, this is really...
I was like, this is horrible CGI.
Oh, I didn't think that.
Props to... my Brolin boy. I love the Brolin boys.
Well, he was CGI too.
Yeah, he was really good, but and I could tell it was CGI, and it was slightly annoying me throughout the movie, but they captured his likeness.
Yeah,
like you could really tell his acting.
And I was gonna ask you what you thought about that character, because this was like very much his movie.
Yeah.
And what'd you think of the character? Because they kind of almost make you I won't say they make you side with him, but they make you understand him.
They slightly make
him a little human, a little bit real. Like,
yes, and I can understand where he's coming from.
I mean, more than just evil.
I can understand where he's coming from, but it's all like he took it too far, Yeah. Like, but anyway, real quick because my arm's falling asleep.
Yeah.
Alan Silvestri, that one part where Thanos was with his sidekick, he like created this piece where it was like almost like a classical sound, like I think he might have just killed somebody or something, but like it was like a classical feeling, like almost I don't want to say regal, but he felt like that was the proper thing to do or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it.
That's the thing. He always thought he was
really,
doing
really
something good for everybody.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like he was doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And it just really went with the soundtrack, and the soundtrack was really good. And I loved how when the Guardians came in, they played.
They played some rock music, some
so good.
Rock.
And everybody in the theater was dancing.
Yeah.
And it was awesome to see Chris dancing and everybody dancing. It was really good.
What'd you think about
Groot was fun.
Yeah, Groot
was fun.
The teen Groot.
Mm-hmm.
Always on his video game.
Yeah.
What'd you think about this is another part that you hear like some people being like annoyed about the bit with Gamora, and when he takes Gamora to sacrifice her basically, and that she like, some people say she was acting dumb because she was like, because she didn't know that she was going to be the sacrifice, that she was the only thing that he loved.
Oh, I thought that was fine.
I bought it. I totally thought that was fine. I mean, she totally was convinced this was somebody who did not love anything.
I totally believe that. I completely believe that, and I don't think she was acting dumb. I mean, somebody who is just all about complete destruction, you wouldn't think would love anything or anybody. So yeah, and she even says it. That's not love. You know what I mean?
But there was more to it than that, I guess. His feelings were deeper than that. And that was Red Skull that was like guarding that area there. Do you remember Red Skull?
He was a cool character.
Do you remember him from? He was the villain in the first Captain America movie.
Oh, okay.
And he was trying to get one of those stones, and
cool.
But it was in that cube, the Tesseract.
They brought him back. That's really interesting.
But he got like somehow blasted over into space, and I don't even remember. But
wow.
Somehow he ended up the guardian of this.
I really enjoyed Thor in this. I just enjoyed everybody.
Yeah, everything was awesome.
Really
Peter Dinklage. What do you think about that scene? Because some people are like, we didn't need that. That stuff. That was where they were trying to. He was the dwarf, trying to make but he was a giant.
I loved that.
And
I thought that was amazing.
That was awesome. And I kind of wondered. He came over and destroyed like all these giant dwarfs. They couldn't stop Thanos.
I loved everything.
I kind of wish I had seen them fight.
I loved everything about this.
You know, they were huge.
There's one thing when you mentioned that scene with Gamora about him sacrificing her. I was like, so all these people who want this like stone, they go up there by themselves and they're like, shit, I was supposed to bring somebody, and that's how they fail. That sucks.
But it was super good.
It was really good. Anyway, so we're gonna record a little bit of our little tribute tomorrow. So we'll see you guys.
We should not right now, but I mean, we really need to talk about Han Solo, the Solo movie.
Oh yeah.
At some point, because that's overdue too.
Yeah, we're gonna do that also.
And we never talked about it. We saw it when it came out, and we'll record something on that.
Yeah, and then also we've got my Disneyland trip that we're going to be putting up in parts, because we found that you guys definitely like to watch shorter videos. So
we're going to try to keep things at 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Or some things might be an hour.
I know we like to talk. We do like to talk, so sorry. But we're going to keep them short for you guys. Yeah. And then we've got some more Disney by Moonlight, and we're coming back with X-Files and Sailor Moon, we promise. I know we keep saying that, but we promise.
We really need to get on that.
Yeah.
We've been doing a lot of traveling in the past couple of weeks, so that's what interrupted that. And our mom was visiting and everything, so we just had a lot to do.
But A+. For Guardians.
They had a trailer for the next Fantastic Beasts, and we're super excited. And they had a trailer for the new Jurassic Park, which is almost coming out, and we're super excited.
Yes.
And I'm super excited for Incredibles 2. I don't know if you want to go see that. I do. Incredibles 2. What happened to you? You used to like Pixar.
I don't remember Incredibles 1, so I mean,
so
I'll
put it
have to
on.
go watch it. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I like WALL-E and Up.
But you just won't see anything else.
And my arm's really hurting.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye guys.
Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Bye.